Okay, no question about it. I am pretty anti-establishment. I don't try and hide that fact. And that's pretty much the attitude that we require to be on the team here at Palm Tree Research. We also care a lot about things like self-sufficiency and off-grid living and really being very independent. So I have to admit, I was kind of a little bit surprised when one of us, our communication strategist, specifically Mary Louise, chose to move from Panama to Portugal. I mean, isn't the entire EU this hotbed for statism and authority lovers? Well, I was talking to Mary Louise about exactly that thing, and here are 5 reasons that Portugal, even with its EU culture and bureaucracy, can still be a great choice, even for freedom seekers who want to live off the grid. That's coming up today on Renegade News. Welcome back to Renegade News. Every week on this channel, you'll discover the latest news and strategies for breaking free from the system, paying less tax, and living anywhere in the world that you want. So let's jump right into it. Portugal does have its fair share of what's, in our opinion, some senseless and really unnecessary COVID regulations. But if you're looking for affordable and self-sustainable old world living without sacrificing the first world amenities, Portugal might still be a perfect hideout for you for the next few years. Speaking of which, we've created a free playbook that will explain why it's more important than ever to have a plan B today. You can download that in the first link comment. So diving right into it, some communities in Portugal have existed for many decades, but it's really fair to say that the interest in living off the grid in this way has grown massively in recent years, and with more and more communities being formed all the time. So let's look at 5 reasons Portugal is still a good choice for freedom seekers to bunker down over the next few years. The first one is affordable real estate. There is a lot of land that's still available in Portugal for those who want to live a self-sufficient, off-the-grid, living off the land style of lifestyle and producing your own power. Also, Portugal is one of the cheapest places to buy land in all of Western Europe. Next, we have off-grid living potential. Portugal has this year-round good weather, and unlike most of Europe, there are very rarely extreme temperatures, so it's a good option if you want to use solar power as your electricity source. There's also sufficient annual rainfall, which is great for rain harvesting and gathering and collecting your own rainwater. Also, there are many inland regions that are great for those people who want to live off the land because there's this real fertile soil. And those who want to live off the land and avoid connecting to the national source of power and water, they can still live that off-grid lifestyle. And this is really becoming a more popular way of life in Portugal. If you're new to the concept of off-grid living, you may find that it's useful to start this lifestyle with an established community so that you have the support of those who have that kind of experience. And Portugal gives you that type of opportunity. Permaculture farming is widely available. And Portugal has become this very popular hub for this type of permaculture farming and other permaculture projects. And permaculture are basically this form of agriculture that can be practiced forever, that isn't damaging the land like a lot of farming does. Permaculture gives farmers a way to establish high yields and get great productivity, while it's doing it in a way more sustainable and environmentally friendly way than the conventional farming methods that we used to use that really destroyed the land that they were being used on. It applies a more holistic approach to farming crops or livestock. In Portugal today, there are already a variety of communities that are offering permaculture courses for novices to get involved in this type of living. There are also many alternative communities in Portugal. So in addition to the permanent residents in the alternative communities, many transient residents come to volunteer on the land to learn how to live in this off-the-grid, sustainable lifestyle. And this can be a great opportunity for you if that's something that you want to learn and you want to experience firsthand. And it's a way to experience Portugal without putting out this huge capital outlay out first. In fact, there's many ghost towns in Portugal that are slowly being repopulated by some of these transient people, but people who dream of living this self-sufficient lifestyle. And because the land is cheap, but you need these occupational permits to put up permanent structures, many of these residents are living in tents and huts and yurts, which is kind of a cool lifestyle if you're into that. Some of these eco-villages, like Merkaba, for example, focus on health, spirituality, and sustainability, while others offer a school for the community's younger residents. So it depends on what you're looking for. There's also a lot of support for those who are new to the lifestyle, and most people are happy to teach new residents what they need to know to successfully live in this off-the-grid lifestyle. I'll list a few of these different communities in the description. Next thing that's great about Panama is that it has this availability of what's called forest schools. And these are for younger children. And there are these projects that are going on across Portugal that help learners to develop socially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and intellectually. And they provide a holistic growth rather than this curriculum-based academic learning that we're learning more and more isn't that developmental for children. And finally, so important, is that Portugal decriminalized all drugs in 2001. And I know that's something that freedom lovers care about, whether they want to use the drugs themselves or not. Interestingly, this liberal approach that they've taken to drugs has caused these dramatic drops in overdoses, HIV infection, and drug-related crime, and they've all been dropping since 2001 when they implemented those policies. So more and more freedom-loving people are discovering with Portugal that the short-term bureaucracy and the other inconveniences are worth it because of many of the lifestyle benefits that you're going to find in Portugal that you really can't find anywhere in Central or South America. So let me know in the comments below, is Portugal somewhere that you're interested in learning more about or exploring more? Why or why not? And remember, regardless of where you choose to lay your hat, whether it's permanently or temporarily, the landscape is changing rapidly for things like visas, residency, and citizenship. So staying up to date on the latest news and information, as well as the latest infringements and wins in your search for more freedom and liberty, make sure to subscribe to Renegade News right now. And check out the video you see on the screen for more information on the best places to live, the latest news, and the most up-to-date strategies on personal, financial, and location independence in this unfree world. I'm Glenn Kowalski from Renegade News, and I'll see you over there.